Did you know that many of the medicines you rely on today have their roots in ancient Africa? From aspirin to quinine, several life-saving drugs were first discovered and used in Africa long before they made their way into modern medicine. In this video, we'll be exploring some of these incredible medicines and the African communities who have relied on them for centuries. The use of plants for medicinal purposes is deeply ingrained in many African cultures. This practice, often referred to as traditional medicine, has been passed down through generations, allowing ancient Africans to not only treat common ailments, but also cure diseases that baffled Western medicine for centuries. Let us start our journey with a medicine that is so common today that most of us probably have it in our medicine cabinets without even realizing its African origins: aspirin. Yes, the world's most popular pain reliever was first discovered by the ancient Egyptians, who used it to treat headaches, inflammation, and even to help prevent heart attacks and strokes. They were so familiar with its benefits that they even included recipes for its preparation in their ancient texts. Aspirin, which is derived from the bark of the willow tree, was used by the Egyptians so extensively that they became known as the land of aspirin. This was thousands of years before Bayer, the German pharmaceutical company, would synthesize aspirin in 1897. Moving on, let's talk about quinine, a drug that has been used for centuries to treat malaria, one of the world's deadliest diseases. While quinine is now commonly associated with the South American country of Peru, where it was officially isolated in 1632, its origins can be traced back to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where the local people had been using the bark of the cinchona tree to treat fever and malaria for centuries. The effectiveness of this bark in treating malaria was so well known that when Jesuit missionaries arrived in the Congo in the 1800s, they collected samples of the bark and took it back to Europe, where it was synthesized and marketed as a treatment for malaria. Our next stop on this incredible journey takes us to Ethiopia, where the ancient inhabitants of the region had discovered the medicinal properties of a flowering plant known as guayusa. This herb, which is native to the Ethiopian highlands, contains a high concentration of caffeine, making it a natural stimulant. The Omadic people of Ethiopia have been using guayusa for centuries to treat respiratory problems such as asthma. They would either chew the leaves of the plant or boil them to create an herbal tea that could help open up the airways and make breathing easier. What's fascinating is that the chemical responsible for this effect, theophylline, was only isolated in the 19th century, long after the Ethiopian people had been using the plant for medicinal purposes. Next, let's explore the use of rauwolfia, commonly known as Indian snake root, in treating various ailments from anxiety to hypertension. This medicinal herb, which grows naturally in tropical regions of Africa, Asia, and South America, has a long history of use in traditional medicine. In India, rauwolfia is believed to have been used as early as 2000 BCE for its anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer properties. It wasn't until much later that modern science would isolate the active ingredients in the root, which have been shown to have a wide range of therapeutic effects. Finally, let's discuss the use of aloe vera, a plant that has gained worldwide recognition for its healing properties. But did you know that its use can be traced back to ancient Egypt, where it was used to treat a variety of ailments from burns to digestive issues? The Egyptians weren't the only ones. The ancient Greeks and Romans also used aloe vera for its medicinal properties. It was only in the 16th century that Spanish conquistadors brought the plant back to Europe after discovering it in the Americas that it really took off and became a popular household item. But its story goes back even further to ancient Africa, where it was revered for its healing powers. These are just a few examples of the many medicines that have their roots in ancient Africa. From the earliest civilizations in Egypt and Ethiopia to the indigenous communities of the Congo and South Africa, African cultures have a long history of using plants and herbs to treat disease and improve the quality of life. It is important to acknowledge and appreciate this rich history because it not only gives us insight into the ingenuity and resourcefulness of African cultures, but it also highlights the crucial role that traditional medicine plays in the global landscape of healthcare.